and welcome back to the Vintage Unicorn Beauty Makeup, etc. Today I am going to be reviewing and demoing the Norvina palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. I will not lie, it was a rough start, but I think the finish was phenomenal, fantastic, shagadelic even. Hello? Anyway, so yeah, if you want to see how I did this look, how I kind of failed at first, how I had some difficulty, how I used the palette as a highlighter, bronzer, and contour, apparently, blush, all of it, then be sure and stick with this video. Also, I hope you consider subscribing if you are not already. We have a lot of fun here and we do a lot of crazy things. So thank you very much, and I will see you on this side of the video. Mwah. Let's get into this. I am not even gonna lie. I just can't lie to you guys. This is my second attempt playing with this palette. I don't know what really happened the first time. I have a few clues. I'm really hoping it's not something to do with the palette. Now, I had a beautiful intro filmed where I read the back, so I'm gonna do that. So what I did was I pulled out the box, beautiful, except it came with a little dent in it. I am a box fanatic. There's so many boxes around me. I love boxes. So that was a little saddening, but not end of the world. That's even actually comical to complain about. Anyway, so Norvina's go-to eyeshadow palette featuring 14 whimsical shades ranging from bold and bright mattes to soft pastel shimmers. I have always wanted to create a palette that embodies my spirit. I'm a dreamer at heart and get lost in my own fantasy world daily. It's a whimsical place that leaves you feeling carefree. If I had to explain how these colors made me feel, I would say happy, and that's Norvina. Now, I know there was a lot of conjecture about this being, is it going to be good because subculture was bad? I happen to like subculture, and yes, there was fallout, etc., but it looks good. That's the point. I'm having some issues with this palette, at least for the look I was trying to do. And I do want to show this. This is the subculture box, and this is the Norvina box. If you look, there is a lot more going on the Norvina box. Just about the ingredients, all kinds of stuff. They're mica based. There's carmine in it. It is not vegan. It is cruelty free though. 18-month shelf life, and there is cocoa seed oil in it. So that's cool. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna prime my eyes from the beginning. I was also thinking of having this tie into a brow tutorial, but when I looked at how long it took me to do my brows, it was 6 minutes, and I was like, ew, let's give the palette its day in the sun, huh? So what I was trying when I first did this was to do a full shimmer eye. It's just not really, it's not really happening. So I'm gonna try a few different techniques this time. I'm not a makeup artist, so every time a palette doesn't work, I feel like I'm doing something wrong. I did notice, however, in Jeffree Star's application, it was pretty patchy. He said he had eczema going on, so I'm developing a mini conspiracy theory. Anyway, let's go in. Instead of, what I did before is I used incense as a transition shade. What I'm gonna do this time to try and improve what happened last time, you guys don't know what last time was, but anyway, it was a mess. I am going to, directly over that city color, apply the color base. It is this white color right here, and I am just gonna use a regular old fluffy brush to apply that. Oh, that's pretty. I actually like that. Okay, I think maybe I just did things wrong the first time around. My skin needs a little bit of touch-up. I don't have foundation on. I have my skin tint on. That is really pretty. It's very smooth. It's it's very buttery, and I like that. It's very rare that you find a cool tone base color like this, or even, a highlighty color. I could get a little bit right there in my tear duct that feels so soft. Even out of my Etude palette, which I use as transition shades and base shades and stuff, even out of that, I don't get this kind of softness with the same brush. Let's put a little bit under here too, since I put the city color under there. That's nice. Okay. Also, by the way, I brought out Miss Amethyrsty for this look. I was like, we gotta do purple, right? I also have a link down in the description about where you can get my hair, the hair that I wear in my videos. It's very, very special. It's made by this awesome lady. So if you want to click that link, check it out. And yeah, let's keep moving on. I'm like clinging to my hope that I could do an entirely metallic eye. However, I think I might have to rethink and problem solve a little bit. So I've decided whether this works or not, it's going up. I'm posting it, you know, I don't know. So these are the shades. They do have a whole lot of fallout just from a little bit of light touching. However, what I'm gonna do differently this time is I have the base shade down and I'm gonna dip into Love, which is this beautiful ballerina pink, and the Morphe brush picks it up really well. And I'm going to work that in right on the outer corner of the crease, just so there is a little bit of a sticky patch for any shimmer to sit on. I know that the kind of star of this palette has been Soul, and I am going to use it. It is a beautiful color. And let's just blend that on in. I think I should have planned my eye before I jumped into, you know, an ABH palette. But, you know, such is life. We're learning. We're learning. I still have no clear concept of how I'm going to do this, but that's okay. So, the color Soul is absolutely like stunningly beautiful. And what I'm gonna do, instead of going for my full glimmer eye, I wanted to do a Norvina dark, a dark purple take on it. But when I picked up Soul, I realized it's actually a very beautiful color, not quite purple. So I'm gonna start packing that on the lid. This is a Morphe 321, and maybe not the best brush for this. We will see. I particularly want to see how these two colors interact when I get closer to this area right here. This is an application brush, not a blending brush. I just want there to be a clear, uniform application across the outer eye. Okay, so they played together kind of nicely. I'm going to go back in with that same 506 and blend that. I don't know that I'd call them super blendable, at least not from my perspective, you know, based on the shades and brands and stuff that I usually use, but it did blend nicely. I'm trying to be very gentle right now, but I'm a little bit aggressive about how my blending is, like really obsessive about it. So I want this to be kind of perfecto. So it does sheer out. I'm gonna try a little blowout here and make a little bit of a wing. I do wanna widen my eye with this look. Okay, so that's pretty. It's there, and it is pretty. I'm gonna match the other eye. I went ahead and changed the lighting a little. I turned up my ring light just so I could show a little bit more what I'm doing. I think why I'm having some issues is my expectations were a little bit different. I thought that this would be very, very, I guess, pigmented, and I was really wanting a purple eyeshadow palette. I think that purple and green are the two colors I wanted to see most this summer, and I felt like they were alluded to and they never really came out from, you know, the big brands. So it's a little messy, it's a little patchy, and I don't know. It's pretty. It is definitely pretty. So the thing is, I don't want to dive into the deeper matte shades on this palette. I wanted to do a glimmer eye, and you know, we don't always get what we want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from the inside out, and I'm going to see if what I was thinking is still an option. I am going to dip into Dreamer, which is this, you know what, it's almost identical to Kat Von D's Instaglam, and I'm going to see if I can't. Okay, that is stunning. Forget me, I'm an idiot about whatever I was saying about this not being a nice palette or whatever I was insinuating. Let's see if I can carve that right there on, oh, good Lord. That is beautiful. That is just absolutely stunning. My skin doesn't look so nice in 4K when I turn my ring light up, but this is about the makeup. This is about the product, not about Emma feeling pretty. It is about Emma feeling pretty, but secondary. Secondary, okay. So I will say the shimmers are nicer than I expected. I did dip around in Celestial, which was the color that I was like, oh my gosh. But I think I went about it the wrong way. I, you know, wanted to do a full eye that way, and I did set down some shades to kind of almost this exact color scheme to prepare myself for it, and it just, didn't take very well, but let's try something. I'm gonna try a different technique. So I'm gonna take my E36 and I'm going to dip into the shade Passion, which is almost identical to the shade in Subculture. What is it? The red shade. Gosh, I am a mess right now. I'm not even remembering shades and stuff. Okay, so it's different. It is different. This does, in the pan, it looked red, but on the eye, it does come off nice and purple. So I'm just gonna bring some depth in there and do a little bit of an invisible wing there, just for a little bit of lift. And also what I wanna do is take this color here in between these two colors, and then I'll blend all this together, I promise, because it's all patchy and yucky and all that. All right, that's nice. That's nice. So I'm gonna keep trying to build this little wingy shape using the mattes, and I'm gonna tuck that ever so slightly into the shimmer. Maybe I'm using too soft of a hand. It's not as pigmented as I would have liked, but it is showing up. And when I watched Jeffree Star's tutorial, I noticed there were some patchy elements, and I wonder, he did say he was having some skin issues, like I said, but I don't know. I think there was a lot of hype and hope for this palette to be great, and because it's not in colors that I would necessarily lean to immediately, the way that I want to use them is not coming off. So that might be, you know, another reason why I'm being some type of way. So I'm gonna continue filling this in and blending and see what happens next. Then I'm gonna go for the shimmers. I'm gonna go into the color that I'm absolutely in love with. I just want it to work, Celestial, and I am absolutely coating my brush in this color. I don't want to lift it up because I'm worried it'll fall apart. I can definitely see that there is some kind of oil in there. The cocoa seed oil, I'm guessing, because it's very soft. So, Lord, please. Just packing it over where I put that purple. It's there. Then using a little bit of a toothbrushy motion, just want to implement that into that, not Instaglam, but that lighter color on the outside. What's it called? Dreamer. Shimmers are difficult. They are difficult to work with. They're difficult to complete a look with. And, you know, the payoff is kind of uneven sometimes. That's why I'm using a flat brush. I don't want any of the opalescence to get lost. I want it to be super shimmery, and I want to create a super insane cat eye with it. This is what I want, and I will not settle for anything else. So in the light, I can see it now. You can also see that my skin's a little oily. That's okay, but I can definitely see it. So let's keep digging in. I'm gonna match the other eye, and then we're gonna get into the even darker shimmer shades. So there is Celestial on the lid. It is very glimmer. It is very there. I very much like it. I actually do very much like it. I want to go into the darkest of the shimmer iridescent shades right here. Shimmers, I still want there to be some kind of eye contouring effect. So I'm going to place that very gently using an E36, almost pixel by pixel, into areas that I want depth. So I went in and I cleaned up my complexion just a little bit. I used Kat Von D's Whiteout just to cut a line so that these were really sharp, the color I went in with Drama. And now what I want to do is I want to take Wild Child, which is this beautiful pink, and start building in a little bit of dimension in between the pink and the gold in the outer corner, just so it's not so stark. It's a little bit more of a blend. And I'm really glad I did that, because that just brought this whole look to life. You know, that placement, the lightness, the almost halo effect in the middle of the eye, heading out into the darker purple realm. So this palette is definitely not for the faint of heart. It is a little tricky to use, but once you get used to it, it's fantastic. Like, I will not revert that opinion. Will I say I should not have worn a white shirt? Absolutely, I should not have worn my new white shirt. But otherwise, I think it's nice. I am going to apply some liquid liner in my regular cat eye, and then I think I'm going to, you know what, before I can't not, you know what I mean? Before I go applying any kind of eyeliner or anything, I got to. Here I have a Y14 brush. Here I have a palette full of beautiful shimmers. They're kind of torn up, but that's okay. And I want to go in, I'm not wearing blush, put a little bit of contouring. I'm gonna go, oh gosh, do I want to go in with rose gold? Let's do it. I'm going in with rose gold on the Y14. Live, baby. Probably shouldn't have gone in with a color that's like darker than the eye, but it's like a blush. It actually is, it's like a blush. It's very stunning, and I just want to melt that in under this whole area so that any muddiness or anything kind of dissipates. Now on this side is where you're going to see it a little bit more. I didn't realize there was a little bit of a brownie note to this, so I need to work quickly with it. As you see, when I put it on the skin, it definitely grabs on and is not the right color for me for highlight, but I'm not mad at that at all because I decided to go for it. Just, you know, gonna blend that in, get it to dissipate nicely, cut it into that area up there. Okay, so I look a little clownish, so let's clean that up. I am going to go in with Dazzling, which was my safe choice. And, ooh, gosh, they're both really brownish purple. That's okay. You know what? I'm putting this in the video to show that I make mistakes. But it's actually not that much of a mistake. Like, it's really pretty, I think. I think the eyeliner will tie it together. It's almost like a bronzed effect I've got going here. There it is. So that's the look when you turn. Very UFO, very crazy. So let's go in with a larger powder brush. This is just a Luxie brush. And I'm just gonna assimilate all that into the contour, into the world, into my, you know, makeup table, and into my shirt and into my hair. And I'm glad I did that. It's almost like a bronzy blush. It's really pretty in the light when you turn. But that's not enough. I want it to be seen from outer space. So I'm switching from the Y14. I'm actually going to utilize a clean eye brush. And I'm going to go in with Dreamer. That's the color on my eyes. And okay, so that's insane. That's beautiful. I'm gonna finish my eyeliner. Lights, camera, lashes, final thoughts. Lights, camera, lashes. I am actually really happy with how this turned out. I put on some Sugar Pill lashes in the style Daydreamer, and just to be extra, I did a huge cat eye, and then Kat Von D dagger on the lips just to stay with that cool tone. I mean, we're going extra today. I'm wearing Miss Amethyrsty. She is here in all of her unicorny glory, and I think this eye turned out absolutely beautifully. Final thoughts on the palette. I think the palette is absolutely stunning. It takes a little bit of time and patience to really get used to it, and I think that's what kind of intimidated me the first round, but otherwise A+. Is it my favorite purple? No, but this is the purple I feel like I can walk into the office with. This is like that hello purple. It reminds me a lot of the Kat Von D Spellbinding palette, only I actually like this more. Now, I did do the gradient from the darkest shimmer shade to the lightest, using the colors Celestial as a kind of interlude to really pull that purple. And then I used every other shimmer shade in one way, shape, or form, whether that be for that highlight there, the nose, you know, and I'm loving it. It's fantastic. I feel very pretty. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys consider subscribing and entering my little Jeffree Star giveaway, which is coming to a close. What's gonna be next? Some good shit's gonna be next, that's what. So I will see you next time. Be sure and look below. I do have some stuff linked in the description, including my Instagram. If you would follow me, that'd be cool. If you wanna get some hair like this, that is also down there. That would also be cool. I think we should all just run around being crazy, vintage unicorns, no matter how old we are, no matter what. And I love you guys. I will see you next time. Mwah.